Hey guys, it's Wolflord, and welcome to another installment of a Wolf Howls podcast. Not gonna use the word talkcast anymore, I just don't like it. This is a podcast, and that's what it is. It's podcast, changing it. So here we are with another one, and this one's pretty much uploaded at the end of March. This one's quite far behind. Most all videos this month have been behind due to lots of things coming up, being busy, and all of that stuff. But as you can see from the last few videos, I am back to making videos. And wow, so videos like lots, didn't I? One new series is One Life Survival, which is a hardcore survival series in Minecraft. We only have one life, of course. Hardcore. Once I die, the map is deleted forever, and that ends that series. But there could be season 2 after that as well. So only episode 1 so far, only lost a heart, so doing pretty good on that. So make sure to check that out. That'll be going up every Wednesday, hopefully at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to keep it at the same time. And then, of course, Pride Academy is back on Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. So it's great to be back. I can actually work on things, and if you haven't noticed, this podcast isn't really, it's not scheduled or laid out the same at all, because I would change up how I do the podcast. Of course, it's podcast, not talkcast now. So basically for the podcast, it's just gonna be talking, not really like set things, because I think the old layout was kind of boring. Nothing very interesting, and even for guests, might even have some guests like join for the entire session instead of just like talking about one topic at the very end. So yeah, I might even start uploading the podcast as well on SoundCloud. That might be a good idea as well. So if you just want to listen to it without having to load a YouTube video, because the YouTube video will just, for everyone, will have the audio playing, of course. It'd be pointless not to have it. And then it'll have a still image with links on it and all of that fun stuff. Picture of me, and then if there's guests, there'll be pictures of the guests as well, with annotations around them, so you can click on them and get to their channels. So yeah, that is the new setup for this podcast. So this has been I've been making one every month, and it's been recapping the previous month, and I've been thinking about that because it kind of sucks that with that I can't really talk about the current month and have to wait next month. So basically, I'm just gonna, for these, that's not gonna be the format anymore. Basically, for when these go up, I'll be talking about the current news, no matter what month it is. I will do a recap of the last month, but only for the channel. Now, yeah, the recap's only gonna be for the channel, but each month I will be covering the technology news and the game news that month instead of a month later, which I think is a much better format. This is the third installment of a Wolf House podcast. The other ones will remain named as a talkcast, but from now on it'll be podcast in the title. And yes, so if you look above, one thing I'm going to be talking about, this would be a YouTube thing. Haven't done that yet, but as you can see above, it should be up there by now. There are cards now on YouTube, so if you haven't heard about these, which you probably have, they're little cards. They're like the new future of the annotations, which I've looked into these, and I think they have potential and are gonna actually help the creators. So for these, you can add a link to your website, add videos or playlists right there, which is very, very helpful. So if you click the card now, there will be the playlist of a Wolf Howls podcast, and you click that, it'll take you to the playlist, and then you can watch or all the podcasts at once, or pick out ones you missed and all that. But yeah, easier way to link the podcast, and it's pretty cool because it pops up and stays up there. But while the cards are running, the suggested video below that's been there for a while will not be going. So there's that little downfall there. But that does help, because if you had both those going at the same time, then you have like no screen of the video at all. But yeah, pretty much for the cards, I always set the cards coming in like at 2 minutes, so you can watch the video and then the card pops up after you watch the video for a little bit, and it's there when it's needed. Because the first minute, I don't think you want to be messing with the cards. Really, you want to watch the video and get into it. So yeah, cards I think are going to help YouTube creators quite a bit. They said they are going to be making some changes and all that, which I can't wait for that. It's pretty much already good by itself already. So yeah, so channel recap. Kind of skip that. I got getting some work done on Pirate Academy for the base. That is slowly going, but it's happening. Working on the design now. Basically just building it in stone and then adding the blocks in later. My goal for this, so this podcast will also have like insight things for the videos as well, which is always nice and awesome. I'm going to be building the whole thing in stone first, or in dirt, because those are, lots and lots of resources I have of those. And after that, we're going to be adding the actual details. I think it's going to be easier with this because you already have the size of it. You just have to put in the details. And for this build, I want to add as many details as possible without adding too many. Because usually when I build things, I don't add much details. Not much of a builder, but that's what I'm trying to change and get into, is doing a bit more building. And that's why I'm focusing on Pirate Academy. And then One Life Survival is just a fun little other thing that I get to do every week. And it's a lot easier to record than Pirate Academy. Because Pirate Academy has a lot of work, pre-work to go into it, work in between clips, and all that. But One Life Survival currently is just record for like 20 minutes and then upload. We'll edit a little bit. They're still editing, a little bit editing to it, the intro and the outro. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Except if you guys would like to only watch the exciting parts, then I will start editing it. But for now, it's just 20 minutes straight of gameplay, which is just fun. A nice way to relax and just have fun playing Minecraft and just get to upload it. Yeah. I'm liking the way this podcast is going now. So, if you haven't heard already, Social Blade is doing a thing for YouTube's 10th anniversary, which is coming up next month. And the first ever video uploaded on YouTube was called Me at the Zoo, and it's a guy talking about these elephants at a zoo. That'll be in the cards as well, and in the description below if you want to watch it. So yeah, YouTube is turning 10, which is huge. So Social Blade is making a collab video where you send in a video of yourself with a sign with your name and a special date that goes with you on YouTube. It can be any date. I have two channels. I had an older channel, so I'm not sure which date I'm going to use yet. I have a few that I could use, but it's the date that best represents you on YouTube for most people. It's the date that the first video is uploaded, or when your account was made. So there's that. But yeah, so you make a sign with your name and the date that you pick, and then you film yourself at the zoo with elephants behind you, or you can do it at your house with the green screen with elephants, or any way possible that involves elephants. It's all you need is elephants in your video, and it works. But you gotta be doing something with the sign, or just maybe do a little dance, nothing. You can't just be standing there like still with elephants doing whatever they want in the back. You gotta move a little bit, but you record yourself for like 20 to 30 seconds, and then you upload it to the link that'll be in the description below. The link to the video of their collab video will also be down there as well. Now, the video is due the 31st, so that is coming up really soon. So if you want to join, you might want to make your video fast, because the 31st is coming up really quickly. really quickly. Now I'm still working on my video. I'm not completely sure of what I'm gonna do just yet. Don't have a green screen, so gonna have to get creative with this. I could make a red screen, but red screens don't work that well because it's closer to your skin color than a red or a blue screen. So yeah, I'm not completely sure yet, but I have a few ideas. So that's what I'll be working on as well. And yeah. So I'm gonna call so I'm gonna wrap up this podcast. It's gonna be a little bit shorter, but I think this was a really good podcast. Might even start doing a podcast, 2 podcasts in a month instead of 1. We'll see how that goes, but for now there'll be 1 podcast every month. That is for certain, but I might make 2. I don't know. Not sure yet. Might not have time for that, and might have time for that. We'll see. But there'll always be 1 podcast every month. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this new format of the podcast, and if you did, make sure to like and put in the comments below what you think of it and your ideas and on everything discussed in this podcast. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.